We got a big rig, we got a mobile home. Soon, we won't have either. Who's gonna win this collision? Find out in this video. Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today, we're gonna be taking a look at a mod that adds a mobile home to the game. So let's just go ahead and spawn this thing up and take a look at it. So it is pretty big, and since it is a actual mobile home, it's completely empty on the inside, just as you'd expect, except for the wheels that are ever so slightly poking through the bottom of the frame. Now, let's go ahead and try to tow this thing. So we're going to start off with something that should easily tow it. I want to get like a nice diesel pickup truck. So how about we go with the D35 Chief Rancher Diesel. That should have absolutely no problem towing this trailer. And as a nice added bonus, it even comes with a trailer hitch pre-installed. So we line it up, hit the attach button, and back it in. Trailer is attached. And now you can really see just how big the trailer is compared to the truck. And the truck is pretty small. So how well does the truck tow this trailer? Very, very well, because it doesn't actually weigh that much since it's just an empty husk. By my measurements, it only weighs about 6,000 pounds, or if you prefer metric, 33 centimeters per degree Celsius squared. Enough metric, crash time, and boom, there goes the trailer. Sometimes I call it a mobile home, sometimes I call it a trailer. All that matters here is that it got exploded and some of the pieces actually got stuck on the tree. Don't know how I managed to do that, but that is kind of impressive. And then over here, we just have a completely flat trailer, which we could put whatever we wanted to onto it. The only question is, could the suspension actually take it? So since this is completely ruined, why don't we go ahead, freshen it up, and drive around a little bit more. This time we'll actually drive around with it instead of crashing after we do just one single corner. But you'll be able to see this diesel pickup truck is absolutely perfect at towing this mobile home. It's almost like it was designed for that. It wasn't, but it really feels like that. And here we go, sliding around the corner because we can, and the mobile home obeyed my command. Okay, guys, we gotta try this. This is a dumb idea, but we gotta see, can we climb into the canal? Because this is a really steep surface, and I don't know if the truck can do it. It's gonna be close. It's losing a lot of speed, but come on. And through with the power. I knew there was a good reason to choose a diesel powered truck. That is all diesel power. And also the fact that the truck itself is a real heavy vehicle, and that extra weight makes it easier to pull along whatever trailer is behind us. All right, here we go. Another good test. We're going to go 40 miles per hour into this, smashing it up a little bit. You can see it's flattened out a little bit at the front, but it still is a very well intact trailer. Here we go. Next dumb thing. Let's get some gasoline. So somehow we're going to have to manage maneuvering the trailer through here. I'm not really sure how we can do that. Well, there's one way. Just tear the trailer off. Actually, oh no. It actually tore the tow hitch off of the truck. It's just gone. The good news is we can get our gas. Although actually we should want diesel, but whatever. The trailer is now stuck there until we do something about it. Whoa. Camera just did something kind of interesting. Like, it realizes the trailer's kind of attached since it still is attached to the vehicle. The vehicle is not attached to the vehicle itself. What I want to try to do now is move the trailer with a vehicle that really shouldn't be moving it. So what are we going to use here? How about we use the Broccoli Grand SE V6 towing package. It says it has a towing package, so that means it should be able to tow the trailer, right? It makes sense to me, except it was not designed for a trailer this heavy. And oh man, look at that suspension. That looks ridiculous. Come on, towing package power. Oh man, it's actually moving it along. Come on, keep going. This engine is gonna cook itself so fast, but the fact that it's moving at all makes me unbelievably proud, because honestly when I chose this thing I expected it to just be dead in the water, but here we are moving it along at, well, it says 50 miles per hour. Don't trust it. We're not going nearly 50 miles per hour, but we are moving at a decent speed. The other thing that's impressive is the engine hasn't overheated yet. Like, this thing looks like it should overheat almost instantly because it's just bouncing off the rev limiter and barely moving to get any cooling, but it's just working. If we can make it to the gas station down the road, I consider this a great success. I do see the engine temperature rising, so it is a race between me and the engine blowing up. And I'm just going to keep pushing it. If the piston rings start failing, they start failing. But it's not going to get to that point because there's the gas station and we're only at 80% hotness. As for trying to climb that, yeah, no, not happening. Not a chance with this car. But look at this. We have made it to the gas station. This is the goal just because it was the closest easy objective that I could think of. So Legrand, very good job. That is why they sold the towing package on this thing. Oh man. Okay, this is not the easiest thing to see, but if you look closely, the whole frame of the car is slightly bent. You can also see it on the rear too, it's bent because we were pulling so hard on so much weight for a car like this. Turns out the tow package doesn't really help when you overload the vehicle as much as I did, but either way, great job. Great job. So now what I want to do is I want to do some crashes. So we're going to go ahead and leave the trailer almost where it's already at. I just want to pull it a little bit away from the gas station so it's blocking the road completely like so. We'll freshen it up so it doesn't have any damage. And then I'm going to take my Legrand, get some speed, and crash right into it. And yes, I have a lot of room to get up to speed. That was intentional because I want to go at least 60 miles per hour, if not more, on this crash. And it looks like we should be doing just that. We're going to hit about 65 to 70 miles per hour. And here comes the impact, 16 times slow-mo. Bam, right into the side. Can we go through it? Not quite. Can we do a lot of damage to it? Oh, yeah. At this point in time, it's a complete write-off from that impact, that's for sure. Can we drive out of here? Are we completely stuck? We are completely stuck. So we need a bigger vehicle to drive through that. We don't necessarily need a lot of speed, we just need a lot of weight. Perfect option for that is the T-Series. We'll make sure the trailer is nice and fresh. And then we just gotta go driving right into it. And now would be a good time to mention, if I did that dumb thing where I put a random clip at the start of the video, I would be like, we got a big rig, we got a mobile home. Soon, we won't have either. Who's gonna win this collision? Find out in this video. The answer is the big rig because it weighs a lot more than the mobile home. Straight through the trailer. It did not stand a chance. I knew the T-Series would work great for this, and apparently, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and take these panels along with us. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but they're mine now. Maybe what we could try to do is we could try to get them to fall off of the edge of the truck by crashing into things. So let's see if we hit this pole with them. Oh, that's interesting. I spiked them. They're all very spiky now. And most of them actually fell off. Though we still got one that stuck to us that's kind of under the truck. Most of them were on the front, so they fell off when we backed up. But that one's actually under it. I don't even know how it's attached, to be honest with you. But let's hit another tree and see what happens. There it goes. It just shot off. So all the pieces are gone, and the T-Series barely any damage at all from all that nonsense. So that's pretty impressive. So we'll go ahead and reset everything, and then for the next test, let's be very dumb. So I'm looking through all these vehicles thinking, what could tow it, but you wouldn't expect it to be able to? And you know what's standing out to me is the Grand Marshal, because you can get some fast versions. And I ain't talking about V8 Road Sport. No. I'm talking about drag versions. And for some strange reason, this doesn't come with a trailer hitch by default. I don't know why, but we're going to go ahead and add one. And now, we're ready to try to tow the trailer. We have more than enough power, a decent amount of weight in the vehicle, but the real question is can it put down the power, and can the frame take the weight? Okay, here we go. This looks a lot dumber now that I'm actually seeing it. So the main thing I want to do is make sure I don't spin my wheels and lose control. So we're accelerating slow, and then once we get up to speed a little bit, then we can actually go ahead and floor it and really use the power. All right, we're up to 60 miles per hour and it's still pulling. So this works great as a tow vehicle, except the handling does feel very sloppy. So we're going about 90 miles per hour. Why don't we have a crash, got some slow motion, and then straight into the wall. What's going to happen to the trailer when it hits the car? It kind of just explodes on impact, and the pieces are flying everywhere. All right, that works. Is it actually going to engulf the car in a way? Yeah, kind of in a way. Ooh, tree. Hello, tree. Well, now we got some fire. Good job. You have completely exploded. That was the goal, I think, so I consider that another success. All right, here we gotta test it, right? Can we climb using the Grand Marshal? I think the answer is going to be no, but here we go. Oh, come on, you better make this. I took this corner as wide as I possibly could, and we're stuck. So, yeah, that's a lot more difficult when you come from this angle. That's the problem, is the angle we came from. We gotta come from a different angle. Did you see this? Hold on a second. The car actually, ooh, that was not good. Something just exploded in the rear, but look, it does a little wheelie when you first accelerate. Although it didn't do it that time for some reason, and the engine is disabled, so we punctured the fuel tank, and everything has gone badly. We just gotta make sure it doesn't get punctured, and yeah, there's the wheelie I was talking about. That's nice. It could do a wheelie no matter what, but it does it with the trailer attached as well, which is a nice little bonus. All right, here we go. We're gonna do another crash, high speed, straight into a wall, but this time there's no car in front, just the trailer. And I'm glad I didn't use slow motion on that. Nothing really happened. It actually stayed together much more than I expected. It's interesting though, so car, go back. Trailer, you too. Because now it's time to be stupid. We're gonna load up the mobile home with stuff. What kind of stuff? I don't know. I'm gonna throw some cinder blocks, some cones, hay. I'm just gonna throw all kinds of junk inside of there, and then we're gonna drive it around and see what happens. So I'll be back once it's fully loaded up. All right, it's all loaded up. We got some cubes, we got some cones, we got a bunch of bricks, we got a hay bale, and more bricks. So the only question now is, what do we tow this with? Well, I'm thinking we're gonna need big, strong, fast. My go-to for that is the D35 Beast, because whenever I need to tow something heavy, this is always the go-to vehicle. So let's see, can it tow this trailer? Just gotta back it up a little bit more so it'll actually attach properly. There we go. Very slowly go. Come on, Beast. Let's pull this thing. You know what we need to do? It's time for low range. Oh, that barely helped at all, but we're going like 12 miles per hour, barely moving. I think what's happening is since there's only wheels on the rear half, the front is just scraping the whole way, which is just what's slowing us down a ton. But hey, it is possible to move it with stuff inside if you really wanted to. In fact, you know what we could do? Let's just give this thing more power. So right now it has the reduced RPM limit, adjustable race ECU. Supercharger, give me the stage 3, thank you very much. And then for the long block, give me the ultra heavy duty long block. And now, how well do you tow? Is it still attached to the trailer? No, so we'll go ahead and reattach. Come on, trailer. Oh my goodness, did you see this? The tow hitch bent down to connect to the trailer. The trailer didn't move up, the tow hitch went down. I think it's connected though, so yeah, okay. Power! Power! Power is not helping in this situation. Hold on, wait, let's go to regular range, lock differentials just because I can, and it's just so much weight back there, and I think it got bent worse, so it's scraping even more. That's the problem. We can just barely move it along, but this engine is crying at me saying, please stop. So for one final test, we're going to change maps and head over to Jungle Rock Island. And I gotta make sure I start somewhere with a nice big open area like the port. And just for laughs, when you load up this area, you start inside of a building, right? So what happens if you try to load up the mobile home right now? Where will it put it? Oh my goodness, it really squishes it in there. I think it's stuck actually, because it's slightly inside of the roof, but that was unexpected. Okay, get out of there. You're not gonna really go there. You're gonna go somewhere nice and easy to work with. So I'm gonna park the truck right here, and then it'll go straight to my left, and we can easily attach it and try to drive through the very curvy upper hills in Jungle Rock Island. And to do that, we're not going to mess around much. We're going to go pretty all out here. Let's get the H45 Cabster chassis cab, because that should be pretty good for towing, although we need to add the correct kind of tow hitch to it. So go tow, and then we need the receiver hitch, because fasteners is just basically truck nuts. All right. Attachment mode is ready. This thing should have very little problem towing this, since it's made for towing some pretty big stuff. It's even got that dually configuration. Don't know how much it'll really help when all the weight is on the hitch, but it should be a little bit better than just normal wheels, I would assume. And right off the bat, you can already see that was a very tight maneuver in an area where we actually had quite a bit of space to really do some maneuvering in. So here we go, 90-degree corner, very tight. We're going to tow as wide as we possibly can, like right on the edge here, and then swinging it in. This is a pretty good approach, and even this is very, very close, but it made it. I am like half off the road the whole way just to do that. That was crazy. And I'm making sure I'm staying to the left side of things, because if we hit the trees, that shouldn't be a problem. If we hit that fence, oh yeah, that would have been a very big problem. And here we have another tight corner, going very slow, only like 10 miles per hour through here, just making sure we don't crash into any of the edges. Oh, heck no. There's no way it's gonna fit. There's no way. It's too wide. Okay, apparently I don't know this map as well as I thought. Easy solution time. Let's just go ahead and say, hey, look, we're over here now. Isn't that amazing? All right. Is everything still working? It looks like it, so we're fine. And we can do a nice, easy 180 maneuver here. Look at that range of motion. So here comes the real test. We got to go through the curvy areas. The one nice thing going through here, though, is for the most part, we should have trees and bushes on both sides. So that means if we overshoot a corner, it won't cause immediate destruction to the trailer. It'll just kind of brush off of them, ideally. We'll see if that actually ends up being the case as we do some driving, but I think it should work out just about like that. This is about top speed on this angle. We're going to go 30 miles per hour and we're going to be happy about it. Now here we go. Here's where it gets scary. Ooh, it actually did pretty well. Again, I'm really keeping it far away from anything that looks risky. Like there's a big tree on the left. We're going way to the right to compensate. And so far, believe it or not, you can actually move the mobile home around through Jungle Rock Island, assuming you don't find a place that's just simply not wide enough. Here's another tight corner with a wall on the right side, so we are really keeping it in the left. Even if it's crashing into the bushes and stuff, I don't care, as long as it doesn't crash into a solid wall, and that was perfect. This is really, oh no! It was going really well until, well, that. The good news is the tow hitch is still on the vehicle. The bad news is, well, the mobile home looks like that. And if we try to deliver it looking like that, people will just get angry. See, the problem is that was a little bit hidden by the bushes. You don't actually see the railing right there. I thought it was coming on later. So I was like, okay, we keep it in the bushes to be safe. And then the railing was starting like right here, it looked like, and I was going to pull it in. But by then it was too late. We hit that railing and it was done. All right, so now let's go ahead and finish this with everybody's favorites. And you're thinking leap of death, right? But that's where you're wrong. We're actually going to brutal slope first. And I know the first question that comes to mind is, what are we going to use to tow the trailer? And what if I told you, first we're going to try absolutely nothing at all. This is probably not going to work, but we got to try it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to park the truck right on the hill, basically, or at least try to as it starts to slide down. And we're going to swap it for the mobile home and see what happens. And apparently I did not do a good job of straightening it out, but it didn't matter. It just automatically straightened itself out, and it worked perfectly. I guess only having the wheels in the back kind of made it naturally straighten out. Although having no wheels in the front does mean it's going to be scraping the whole way to slow it down some, but it's still moving at a pretty decent speed. I don't have a speedometer out, so I can't give you the exact speed, but this is probably faster than I've ever driven it the whole time I was hauling it with vehicles. And it still seems like it's accelerating more and more. It's even going to crash into the correct wall. My goodness, could this have gone any better? I don't think so. So here we go. We're going to do the same thing we always do, which is 100 times slow motion on brutal slope. And we gotta probably mess around with the camera a little bit here because I'm used to lining it up for a small car. This big old mobile home is going to require some adjustments to really make sure the camera angle is just perfect. See, just as expected, we can move the camera in a little bit closer so the whole thing is in frame, so it's as big as possible while we see it crash into the wall. And it's working exactly as I would expect. It's getting crumpled very much at the front. The rear is looking slightly worse, and now it looks bad. It looks bad. So full speed this up a little bit more. We'll go to 16 times speed, and there is what's left of the mobile home. Doesn't look much like a mobile home anymore. It just looks like a literal pile of scrap metal. Literally, I've never seen something look more like a pile of scrap metal than this right here in the game. That's sad, but impressive. I still can't believe it went down the hill. If only it could do that in Leap of Death as well, but that one, it won't work because we need as much speed as we can possibly get. The first question is, can we even fit the mobile home up here? So let's just spawn it up and see what happens. And it does fit, but it's going to slide down the hill. We can work with that. That's okay. So I'm just going to go with my go-to big, strong vehicle, the D35 Beast. I should be able to pull it a decent amount. And we're going to have to do some weird stuff with this because he's just sliding still. So we back up the D-Series, enable trailer hitch mode, reset the mobile home right behind it, attach it up, and then go all in one motion. And that was actually surprisingly smooth. I'm happy about that. And then can it clear the ramp? Let's see. Oh, no. It cannot clear the ramp. All right, well, that's unfortunate. We need a new strategy then. So we're going to do the same thing as before to attach it. We back up, reset in the trailer, and then attached, ready to go. And then this time, oh, I just saw a spring fall off. That's not good. Anyways, this time, though, we're going to go off to the side at about 40 miles per hour. We still got some speed going to it. And here comes damage at any moment. There we go. I can't even see the trailer. Let's be the trailer, and you can see, yeah, the trailer just exploded on impact, basically. And there's literally nothing to look at this point. Like, it's just all vanished. There's just a couple of tiny bars. That's it. Okay, weird. Right, okay, let's go ahead and do one more test. This time we're going to do it without a vehicle attached because the vehicle being attached made it just a bit more difficult to see what was actually going on. So how do we do this? Just node grabber it and chuck it off the edge. I don't care. And actually, this is going to make it fly a lot farther. So the impact is going to be a lot bigger. The important thing is, though, is that you can actually see the impact, unlike last time where all we could really see was the truck being big old truck boy. All right, here we go. Slow motion on. Here is impact. Oh, you can see that nice and easy. That was perfect. And one thing that's kind of interesting, actually, is the pieces aren't vanishing as much as last time. They're still all here. Well, there goes one big chunk on the bottom, and now it's a triangle for some reason. Why is it a triangle? That is truly one of life's greatest mysteries, and I have no answer to it. So anyways, until next time, this has been WhyBeAre, and remember, if you like or dislike this video, I will know. I can tell by measuring how much stuff you could put into it before it completely fails and starts scraping on the ground and it's impossible to tow. So do the right thing, and I'll see you next time. And look at that, it even made it into the water. Wow.